everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going over some of my favorite books of 2015 so far. I realized I kind of missed the halfway mark where everybody was sharing their favorites, but I still wanted to do this and share some of the books that have really stuck with me through the past 8 months about. And I've really read some amazing books so far, like absolutely great, so that's what I'll be showing you today. So the first book on my list of favorites of 2015 so far is The Orphan Queen by Jodi Meadows. I've never read any of Jodi Meadows' other stuff, so I wasn't really sure like what to expect with her writing or anything. I've heard kind of ups and downs about her Incarnate series, I believe it's called, but I decided to give this one a chance because it seemed kind of more appealing to me than the Incarnate series, and I really liked it. I thought it was really interesting and really good. I loved kind of the world and like the magical system, and I liked how she is like a lost princess trying, well, I guess she's a queen now, obviously the Orphan Queen, but a lost queen trying to like get her kingdom back for her people and reclaim her throne. I just loved that. I thought that was really good. It had some kind of predictable parts, but not anything that ended up like taking away from the story, so I actually really enjoyed this one. Another book that I really enjoyed is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ondy. I really don't know how to say that, and I apologize. But I got this book for my birthday from a friend, and it matches my shirt. And I really, really loved this one. I thought this book was a really, really interesting romance story, which normally I'm not really big into the romance, but it had other elements. I immediately was pulled in by like the tale of revenge, and I've never read anything that's 1001 Nights, or I can't remember. I think that's what it's called, 1001 Nights, or 1001 Arabian Nights, or something like that, where, you know, the girl sits and tells a story and keeps alive, and I thought it was really interesting. I really, really liked this one. I would have liked to have like more magic and the magic explained, but that's what book 2 is for. The next book on my list is The Story Spinner by Becky Wallace. This one was definitely the biggest surprise out of all of these. Unfortunately, I think this cover is not very attractive at all, and I judged the book by the cover and did not really like want to read it that much because I figured I wouldn't like it, which is so awful of me. I know, trust me, I know. It was really kind of Fallen Kingdoms-ish, like with all the different people in different places, like different countries and stuff, and you don't really quite know how they're gonna connect until they do, and there's magic, but it's not like really, like, not the whole world is magical, and I really, really liked this book. I was so surprised, and I wish more people would read it. Don't judge this book by the cover. It was really great. Another book that was actually a huge surprise to me was Shudder by Courtney Alameda. This book I took when I went house sitting, and then I was just kind of trapped in this house with it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll read it. And it was so good, I couldn't even put it down. It was so refreshing, and there was no like insta-love or love triangle, and it was creepy and spooky. And I find a lot of times that like with young adult scary books, they really have to kind of tone it down so I don't find it as scary as like a Stephen King novel or something. But this one kind of was right on the line of like creepy and scary, and it was perfect. It was really, really great. Like, it wasn't enough to outright scare me, but it definitely gave me some goosebumps and made me want to sleep with like my nightlight on. Like, it was really cool, and it was super badass. Like, I really like this book. I want to reread it now that I'm talking about it, but I thought it was really great. It was kind of channeling like my inner Supernatural fan, you know, like, I don't know. It was really good. The next book on my list is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I loved this book to death. It was so good, and I think this was actually the first book of hers that I read. I don't think I had read the Archived at that point. And yeah, I think this actually was the first book of hers I read. I haven't read Vicious yet either. I know I need to. But I love this book. I fell in love with Kel immediately. And Delilah Bard, oh my god, she was so cool. Just the idea of parallel worlds is something I cannot resist. And like magic parallel worlds is even better. And oh my god, I love this book so much. It was absolutely amazing. If you haven't read it, you should. And look at this cover, is so cool. I have like a serious case of cover lust right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then to the surprise of no one, I'm sure, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I am a huge Sarah J. Maas fangirl. I admit it. Not ashamed in the least. And this book was really good. I love fairy tale retellings. I love Sarah J. Maas. I was really excited that this is more like adulty, and oh my gosh, it was so good. And Beauty and the Beast is like one of my favorite fairy tales and one of my favorite like retellings, like that you can, you can take it and do a lot with it. And oh, I love this book. I really, really loved this book. The next book on my list is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, perhaps is how you say her name. I actually put off reading this book for a long time. I got it for my birthday as well by my friend Brenton, who also got me The Wrath and the Dawn. He obviously did really good. But it sat on my shelf for a while, and it'd been out for a while, and I just read it recently, and I could not put it down. It wasn't like the most original and unique story ever or anything like that, but it was really addictive and really, really good. And I love the alternating viewpoints and Elias. Ooh, I am adding him to my list of fictional boyfriends. I loved him, and I loved this like Romanesque sort of world. Like it was really, really good. I'm so embarrassed that I put this off for so long. I really should not have. So I have yet another fairy tale retelling on my list with Crimson Bound by Rosamund Hodge. I enjoyed this book a lot more than her other one, Cruel Beauty. Cruel Beauty was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. This one was Little Red Riding Hood. It wasn't really necessarily like Little Red Riding Hood-ish to me. Like, I don't know, I didn't really get that. But the story and the writing and everything, I really, really loved it. One of my favorite parts of this book actually was like at the beginning of new chapters, you would get pieces of like an old story that kind of tied in, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed this one a lot more than Cruel Beauty, and it was one of my favorite fairy tale retellings I've read so far this year. And the last book on this list is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, I believe. I need like a disclaimer at the beginning of every video, like I will horribly mispronounce every single author name I read. Sorry. Like, that just needs to be put in every video because it's gonna happen. Anyways, I really liked this book. I really like books with, like, the struggle between the different social classes. And something I like even more than that is, like, superpower stuff. So, kind of the combination of the two in this, I really, really liked it. And I liked the twists that we kind of got at the end. They were really great and exciting and unexpected, and I'm so excited for the second book, Glass Sword, I believe. I think it's going to be fantastic. Okay guys, so those are my favorite books of this year so far. I think it was 9 books, so hopefully at the end of the year I won't read, well, I was just gonna say hopefully I won't read too many more amazing books so I can do like my top 15 of 2015 easily, but that's kind of like evil also because hopefully I read a lot of good books so it's hard to pick, so I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. A lot of these books I did book reviews for on my book blog, so I will link them below just in case anybody is interested and would maybe like to read them. And please feel free and comment below and share some of your favorite books so far this year. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.